What's up, everyone? Welcome back to After the Storm. This is the Canes game review for game number 70 of the season. A 4-2 loss to the Buffalo Sabres. You know, usually I kick these videos off with like an intro, and I break down like period by period. We're not going to do that. There's been a few games this season where I haven't done that, and this is another one that I'm going with here because this was a brutal game. Honestly, if Carolina didn't win the game in the first 10 minutes, it was very clear they weren't going to in this game, because from the moment the second period kicked off, it went all downhill. Honestly, this was one of those games where I just watch and I go like, yep, they're doing it again. And I think we've had this discussion a number of times this season, and it's always been the same answer. There is no cause for concern. Man, there is. There really is with this team. And in fairness, this isn't the same as last year where we were pretty sure they should have added at the deadline, and they didn't. They kind of subtracted by bringing in Yanni Hakanpää and getting rid of Hayden Fleury. But this season, at the very least, it feels to me like every other team is so good that are around them that this is probably going to be another disappointing season. And I'm not doubting this team's ability to score goals or to win games. They have proven time and again how good they are at it. I am doubting this team against the top of the cream of the crop in this league right now, because we're watching a juggernaut of a Leafs team who has gone in and destroyed teams over and over in the last couple of weeks. Even though they blew that lead, they blew it to the best team in hockey, the Florida Panthers. Mind-boggling that we shouldn't be concerned. We really should be. We really should be. And there's been a lot of questionable decisions. Jordan Martinook is on the first line for some reason. Let's please never again do this. I thought we were done with it. There's cause for concern, and that's just the way it is. So let's talk about the game a little bit. Carolina gets outplayed from pretty much the second period onwards in this game. They weren't really in it. A lot of fancy plays, a lot of shooting the puck into shin pads. The really frustrating sequence of this game was when they were down 4-2, they pulled the goalie, and it took them, they controlled the puck for 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes of total play time here, and they only started shooting with the last minute. A lot of quotes coming out of the game were mainly from Nino Niederreiter talking about, hey, they underestimated their opponent. They didn't take the game seriously, and it showed, and that's probably accurate here. And this team does have the ability to come back and really showcase when they've had a game like this. The problem is these games are becoming very near in the schedule where there's a really weird game, and then they come back and they play good for 2 games, and then there's another one. And earlier on the season, that was probably 5 or 6 or 7 or even 10 games to start the season where they didn't really play a weird game. They never had a game like this earlier on the year, and now it's starting to set in. I think at this point, we are at the point where there's some cause for concern with this team. This is going to be the most difficult Eastern Conference to ever come out of if the Canes are going to do it, and they have to go through some absolute beasts of hockey teams to do it. There's honestly one team that is about to make this playoffs that isn't a legitimate contender, I think, and that's probably the Washington Capitals. Maybe throw New York into that situation, but I doubt it. Shesterkin's been amazing, and so have the Rangers. They're probably just not seasoned enough, but at the same time, man, this is a year where you have to be contending. You can't just do the second round. You still probably have to go through one of Tampa or Florida or Boston or name the other ones on the way there. And this team is starting to show some cracks. So I'm pretty much going to leave it there. Let's talk about some good players in this game. I'm not even going to throw up the player analysis thing. Stahl line was good. That was the one line in this game that was actually great. Stahl, Nino, and Faust, they were excellent all game. Average, I had Frederik Andersen. I thought he was, He got sniped a few times in this game. He just had an average game, and there's some cause for concern with Freddie. Hopefully he's fully healthy. He really needs to be. I think you probably should lean on Ronta a lot more down the stretch here to make sure that Frederik Andersen is healthy heading into the postseason. In bad, I had Ian Cole, one of the worst penalties I've ever seen somebody take, completely out of the play, and for really no reason just hooks Gergensons, and it led to a goal. I'm at the point now where I get it. I've said it a bunch of times on this channel reviewing these games. He was not brought in, he was not signed to this contract to be a regular season hockey player. He is signed to this contract to be a playoff performer, a stalwart on defense. If he starts pulling this stuff in the postseason, he better be in the press box. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. A disappointing game. Thursday, you come back against Buffalo. You better bring it on Thursday. You really better bring it, because this was an embarrassing loss. And you got to be way better than this. So thank you for watching this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.